If you just joined us, you're watching the news at 10 on Channels Television, coming to you live from Lagos. A reminder of our top stories. Appeal Court stops the Code of Conduct Tribunal from proceeding with the trial of the CJN, Justice Walter Onoge, in a case of alleged false declaration of assets against him. Presidential candidate of the Allied Congress Party of Nigeria, Obiageli Ezekwesili, withdraws from the race as her party announces support for President Buhari. National minimum wage bill passes first and second readings in the Senate and House of Representatives as lawmakers resolve to ensure quick passage of bill into law. And opposition leader Felix Tshisekedi calls for national reconciliation as he's sworn in as president of the Democratic Republic of Congo. ChannelsTV.com has more information for you, and on youtube.com/channelsweb you can watch our videos. You can also watch us on your mobile device via your browser or download the Channels TV app for Android and iOS devices from their respective stores. Besides giving you access to news updates on the go, the Channels TV and Channels 24 app has an eyewitness feature that you can use to share pictures, videos or news of happenings around you. Just install the app, tap and swipe to reveal the menu, and then follow the instructions. Now let's take a look at some of those pictures that were sent in to us. We start off with this image showing an accident scene on Murtala Mohammed Access Road. It's coming up in a few minutes. There it is, close to the Nigerian Air Force Clinic in Ikeja. According to our eyewitness reporter, some Air Force personnel were trying to avoid traffic and then drove straight against it and collided with other vehicles. Our eyewitness reports that the Air Force personnel, allegedly after causing the accident, immediately joined the other lane and ignored what happened. Next is this image from Ota in Ogun State, which shows what the rainy season may have in store for residents. Our eyewitness reporter is urging the state government to put measures in place and reduce the pains experienced last year. And the last one for the day is from Lafia in Nasarawa State, which shows an overcrowded and overloaded vehicle. Our eyewitness reporter wonders if this was noticed by road safety officials. Thanks a lot for all your pictures. Do send us some more. With the average age of African leaders hovering around 78 years, the chances available for young politicians may appear slim. Now, although the federal government gave youths an opportunity at governance when it signed the Not Too Young to Run bill, there still appears to be a mountain to climb. In this report, our correspondent, Orelu Ashonibare, examines the hurdles young Nigerians face in their attempt to make an impact.
A quote for the upcoming generation to have something to look forward to. But does it hold any water when putting the African continent in perspective?
Please, can I ask you to postpone your campaign till after 2019 election?
With the introduction of the Not Too Young to Run law by the federal government of Nigeria, many youths were encouraged by the opportunity to express how much the country means to them. However, the enthusiasm slowly began to fizzle as the complexities of Nigeria's political system reared its head.
You have to have money to do politics. You cannot run away from that. Yes, the kind of money we're talking about here is not just about the purchase of form. We're talking about sponsorship in terms of, logistics.
I fill all the correspondence forms, attestation and the nomination form. It was a day after that, then we saw that list. And all the information we got from the source were not what they told us, that the list is not on the genuine. They don't know anything about it.
I was the only female with two guys from my constituency, which both of them asked me to step down for them. And I asked them why. The other one said he has been there for a while. Then the other one said he felt we are all good candidates, but he felt we'll split the vote.
Their names, which have been in Nigeria's political space spanning over 50 decades, without showing signs of slowing down or giving way for the younger generation eager to introduce dynamism to the system. So beyond money and connections, what does it take for younger Nigerians to really engage in the nation's political space? The unfolding development among the new entrants into the political fray may be a pointer to how much remains to be done to open up the opportunity for the next generation. Orelu Ashonibare, Channels Television News.
And let's get another perspective on this development and obviously the developments of the day. Joining me live from Abuja is a senior lecturer at the Bayes University, Abuja, Dr. Abiodun Adeniyi. Thanks a lot for joining us on the news at 10.
My pleasure. Thanks, Ijoma, for having me on.
What do you make of the development today? I mean, so late in the race, particularly as young Nigerians, some young Nigerians had looked up to her as perhaps the alternative. What do you make of it today, her withdrawal?
Well, it's actually very interesting. And if you permit me, I want to move from the general to the specific. If you look at the political configuration, as it were, I mean, the group of candidates that we have at the moment, we can safely put them into three. We have the old traditional power elites, the anecdotal old guard that is, represented by PDP's Atiku Abubakar and APC's Muhammadu Buhari. Okay, I will have the second category, where you put those youthful candidates or those who appeal to the youth. And in this group, we put Benga Olapo Hashim, you put Kingsley Moghalu, you put Feladro Toye, Omoyele Sowore, and even Obi Ezekwesili herself. But essentially, you put Obi Ezekwesili in a third group, which is women. Okay, and in that third group, she has as a company Shonaya, and they are taking after the feet of somebody like Sarah Jibril in the 1990s and the 2000s. That is making a statement for the possibility of the woman, okay, to change the narrative of the Nigerian political space.
Yeah, so I mean, what do you make of her withdrawal?
From patriarchy, okay?
Yes.
This is a narrative that is changing, and it is actually appreciable. To that extent, you commend Obi Ezekwesili's courage. You know, you commend her courage, you commend her guts, because she participated up to yesterday in stimulating the atmosphere, in helping, in expanding on our understanding of the Nigeria's structure, superstructure, and infrastructure, so to say. You know, coming with her experiences and all of that, you know, her contributions were immense as a woman, for that matter, okay, and against the background of our tradition, which has
yeah, but I'm sorry to have to break in. I just have to ask, because we're actually looking at what has happened today. I mean, appreciate the background and all that, but the question is what you make of her withdrawal at this time in the race.
Yeah, I was actually building up to my point, really. You know, it's okay. The withdrawal is okay. I don't make any there's no big deal out of it, really. Yes, last year she was part of a process, part of an agreement, where she was a referee, so to say. And again, she changed her mind and decided to contest to join the race herself. There's nothing wrong with it. If she withdraws, you know, it's like a striker approaching a goal post and seeing that he will not score a goal and pulls back, goes back to the midfield, I mean, to replan his strategy, you know, so that he can score the goal. Okay, so if he withdraws now, the future is still there. 2023 is also there. Then 2027 is also there. And even if she's not there to contest herself, you know, she has made a statement for women, for the women folk. That's my argument, really. Okay, and so I'm saying that as a woman, alongside Sonaya, alongside Sarah Jibril, they're making a statement just like the youth, represented by...
Sorry to cut in again, Dr. Adeniyi. Apologies. Sorry to cut in again, but the question tonight is, can she really do this at this time? I mean, there's controversy over whether there was an infraction or not. I mean, just taking you back to that section 53, saying that a candidate may withdraw his candidature by notice in writing. And it goes on to say that that shall not happen, not later than 45 days to the election. We're well beyond that. So the question to you tonight is, I mean, at this time of the race, is there an infraction or it's fine that she's withdrawn as she's done?
I appreciate your question, Ijoma. And I don't also see any problem in that. You know, well, if INEC is saying that it's too late for her to withdraw, all she can do is to tell her supporters to vote for a candidate that they probably will agree with in their coalition. Okay, it's okay for them to come together. For the youth or the youthful aspirants or aspirants that appeal to the youth, it's okay for them to come together, team up with the women and make a statement that may not necessarily be impactful for next month's presidential election, but for the future of this country. It's good to continue to expand the political space. It's good to broaden the narrative around passings, around participation, around inclusion. And that's what I think these youthful candidates, or these candidates that appeal to the youth, including the women, that's what I think that's a louder statement that I think they are making. You know, we do not have to be in a hurry. You know, the future is bright, the future is promising. They are there, they have come as candidates to make this statement from their different perspectives, from their corners, okay? And if they continue on this pedestal, we'll sure evolve as a full-fledged politically inclined nation where democracy is thriving at the level that we want it to cruise. So it's a matter of time, really. And whether INEC says yes or no to it, it's just okay for them to come together as a coalition, okay, as a thought force, and challenge the so-called behemoth that PDP and APC supposedly represent.
All right. Thank you so much, Senior Lecturer at the Bayes University, Abuja, Dr. Abiodun Adeniyi, for sharing your thoughts there.